All right, hello and welcome everybody. Let me fix this camera a little bit to our product demo, Text ALN product demo. We're gonna do this every single morning at the same exact time, whatever time it is where you're at right now. If you're live, we're gonna do it every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and noon Eastern Standard Time. And then where Mark is over there in Minnesota, that'll be Central Standard Time. So that'll be 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. All right. Encourage you guys to bring over your anybody that's brand new to Text ALN. There's a lot of questions that are being asked. Sometimes the training videos, people don't watch them. I'm one of those guys. When I've jumped into different products, different opportunities, I breeze through it, right? And then now here I am, I have some companies and I make all these videos. I'm like, guys, go watch the videos, but I know how it is. Sometimes we just don't have time, although we're saving time by watching the videos personally. Like I've caught myself going back and different things and watch the videos and really follow the directions. And then everything worked perfectly, right? Instead of me trying to guess what it is, oh, I'm smarter than the system and trying to guess what it is. And I was just there lost. So we'll do with these, we'll have these, we'll post these in our training back office of our product demo replays, because we will go over different things every time. There's not really too many things to go over, but sometimes I'll get different questions and I'll address those questions here on the Zooms. And we'll go over those live at the end of this, and not even at the end of it. If you have something that I'm going over, you're not catching it, just raise your hand, or you could actually unmute yourself right now. There's only 10 people on now. So you can unmute yourself, say, hey, I got a question about that. And then I'll break it down a little bit deeper for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get right into the product. And I was sitting here earlier this morning and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to dig into the texting software and then just really dissect that. And then I came to a conclusion. I was like, you know what, actually, we got two products here, and we really do. We have our affiliate back office, which is a marketing program, which is actually a product. There's a lot of different companies you'll go get into and you'll have their product, whether it is gas tablets or Forex or those new Listerine things that people are putting under their tongues or whatever it is. And then you have to go and purchase something from like ClickFunnels, right? You'll purchase up from ClickFunnels and you got to pay $99 a month. You got to learn how to do your own capture pages. You got to learn how to do your own follow-up emails. You got to learn how to do landing pages. You got to make your own videos. And so this is actually a product in itself, because here you get everything. So obviously you get your link right here, right? This is a link to have people sign up and it goes directly to a sales page, right? It doesn't really have it has a video of what it is, but it doesn't really explain our pre-launch right now for our Matrix. So what I suggest doing for anybody is in their marketing pages is to share these guys here. So I would share, if it's cold traffic, you're going to want to share the capture pages. So people will put their names in, they'll put their email, they'll put their phone number if they want to. They'll click get instant access. Once they click get instant access, hopefully that doesn't happen. If that does happen, I'm kind of glad that did happen right now. I thought I fixed it yesterday. It looks like some of them are not fixed. So if that did happen in your back office right now, I'm going to kind of slow this down a little bit because this may have happened to a lot of people. What you're going to want to do is go to edit page right here for the capture page. Then up on top, there's different options. There's one that's called form. You want to go to the form one, hover over it, and down the bottom, there's going to be a third-party autoresponder. What happened was I did get response to the admin when I was testing things about a month ago, and the system, it went system-wide. So it went deep to everybody who was currently in at that time. So what you're going to want to do is click on the forms, third-party autoresponders, come over here. It's going to say get response, unclick that. All right, check that. It'll get rid of it, and it's gone. Save the changes. Okay, now what'll happen is once you go and do this again, so now I'm going to click it. Now once we put it the name in, the email, the phone number, and you hit get instant access, this will now take you to the landing page. This one's taking it to a wrong page. So I got a couple of different things that I'm finding here as I'm going and doing this, which is good. Well, not good. I'd rather not be doing this, but it's good that I'm finding it and I'll fix it. Capture page. So you should always test it out, right? You should always go to your own capture page. You'll have your own username at the end. Test it out. It should, once you put your email in and your name, it should forward to this page right here. which is now the landing page. So once you've captured their email, I think about 90% of people actually put their cell phone numbers in there too. Then they'll be able to watch this video. This video explains what Text ALN is, what the matrix is. They could also scroll down here and click on demo. Hold on, I'm going over right here. Okay. Yes, Lori, literally, like if there's mistakes in it, I try to fix it as much as possible. So if there's anything that ever gets you, you're like, man, I just can't figure it out, reach out to me, or definitely these things right here, we'll go over everything. If there's something that's broken, we will get it fixed for sure. But so here we go. So here's a landing page that explains a quick 10-minute video. Then there's a 6-minute video, 6.5-minute video down here. It's a demo, explains what the actual back office looks like, how to send out text, how to send out text blasts, just a demo of what the product looks like so people can see it. Tells them, that the text messages are read 97% of the time in the first 3 minutes, all that good stuff, okay? Then if they're ready, they can start here. Once they click this, it'll go to your join. You'll have your username at the end of it. They'll put their information in, and then they will sign up underneath you, okay? Now, they will then pay the $50. You'll have it in the back office to approve. You'll get an email that they paid you $50. Now, a big thing, a lot of people, actually right before I jumped on this right now, they're like, how do we get a hold of people that have signed up, but they have not paid the $50? Well, in your back office, it's a couple different ways. You could either go to traffic and go to leads, and you'll see the people who have opted in, okay? These are the ones that have opted in, but they have not created an account. Now, if they have created an account and it's free, then on the bottom, it'll say converted. That means they've created an account, right? There's also right here's my team. If you click my team, you'll see the different people who have created your accounts underneath, and it has their emails, it has their cell phone numbers. So you could always get their cell phone number, reach out to them. You can always email them if you feel more comfortable with that. But I can tell you this much: we've been doing this for a long time, and if I have 100 people that have created a free account, there's probably going to be about 30 people who actually pay. People just get cold feet, even though it's $59 and they got an awesome product. Believe me, there's been products that I've done to where literally people have made thousands of dollars and it's like almost next to nothing, and people will create a free account and will not take the next step. It's been so much to where I have another program to where it's $2,500 to get in that I own as well. People have paid the $2,500, and I reached out to them to kind of welcome them and get them into the system, and they're like, stop, don't reach out to me anymore. I'm like, you just paid $2,500, and people just don't. It's just, people are weird. But if you want to, and it will work a little bit more, like just send them a text message, right? Hey, this is so-and-so, this is Mark, I've seen that you created an account, it's free. To lock your spot in the matrix, you're gonna want to go in the back office and pay the $50, and that way you lock your spot in the matrix, right? So that's an easy way to reach out. There's also a graphical report too. If you click that, it'll kind of show you the tree. This one will get replaced with a matrix, so you'll be able to see your matrix once this gets replaced. But for now, you could do that as well. Just hover over. You can see if they're free or not. The ones in yellow are free. The ones in blue are the ones who paid $50, and you can reach out to them if they put their real phone in there, and they have their email in there as well. Okay. So the cool thing is about this is a lot of people want to connect this to their get response. I get it. You do your own deal, but you really don't need to. Once people opt in to the capture page, it's right here. Now over here in the traffic, what'll happen is they'll start getting follow-up emails. So right away, they'll get this email instantly that'll say, it won't be John, whatever their name is. Thanks for taking a look at Text ALN. It'll go on, it'll have your name right here, your phone number right here, your email right here. This will all be coded to you. Okay. And it comes from actually your email as well. So when they're replying, it'll go to whatever email that you signed up with Text ALN. We have 7 or 5 right now. We will have another 7 that are done today that'll be added in the back office as well. And as I mentioned, back here in leads, you get to keep them. So if you start getting a lot of leads, then you could always go in back here to traffic, to leads, click on the CSV, and it'll download all the leads for you. And you can keep those. The company doesn't keep them. You get to keep them. So you don't need to use anything else, but you can. But obviously, if you're going to run traffic to this capture page, make sure it works. If it's not working correctly, reach out to support, reach out to me, and I'll go back in there and figure out what is going on. I know the developer is working on fixing a couple of things with it right now, but I got a lot of stuff like the matrix. It's really my focus point with them right now. So it will be working 100%, but to make sure you check it before you do it. Okay. So right here's news, easy one. You know, right now we're doing the live product demo. Right here's where people could go to. Anybody can see it, right? Anybody that's underneath you, they could see it if they're available to do it. Training's a big one as well. Training, you want to make sure that you're doing training. A lot of people have had questions about the capture pages and or not capture pages, the drops and their drips and their autoresponders, and it's all back here. Like how to add, your keyword to your capture page, the one that we have in the back office, right? How to add autoresponders and drips, how do we have the matrix. So we have drips that actually that I use that I put in the back that you could change up if you want to. I know people do change them up. I put in there on one of my drips, I say that I'm probably playing catch with my kids right now. Some people change that up to, probably whatever, watching football game or whatever the case, whatever, maybe playing golf. I'm not sure what it is, but you could get really personal with it. Then there's a Craigslist hub. So this will give you generic post of how to, what you can make your posts look like. There's also right down here, there's different logos of what you can use for that, for Craigslist. I do have a guy here. I think he's on Rob Metz. He's big into Craigslist. His is one of his recent posts that he did. So this is something that he did. I don't know, Rob, if you're on, can you let me know how many opt-ins you've had so far? I know you did it yesterday. To your team. Hey, how many opt-ins do you have right now?
I have 10 opt-ins so far.
10 opt-ins. And where you did this in Tampa?
Yes.
Under sales?
Under services offered, under small biz ads.
Copy that. So this is one of his Craigslist ads, and I'm going to kind of dissect it really quick. And I'm all good with it. I'm sure Mark Usselman loves this because it's kind of what Mark Usselman does as well. I'm more of a sweet, get to the point type of person. I like to leave as little information on these Craigslist ads as I possibly can, because you give a lot of options to say no, right? So if there's any like this stuff, like a matrix, there might be somebody who's thinking about a matrix if they were in a year ago that was really a scam or something, and right away they say no, they won't opt in. Spillover, a lot of people like I've always been promised spillover. I'm not saying not to do spillover, but I try to keep it as tight as possible. And I know mine work because, and Mark would say this all the time, he's like, dude, how do you get so many opt-ins? It's like, because I just keep it short and sweet. I don't want to give him the whole information on one post so they don't have to text in. I want to give them enough information to where they text in, then I have their information, and then all this stuff that's here, I'll let them know all of it. But all I basically say is, hey, if you want to learn how to make some extra money from home without speaking to anybody, text in second to, whatever the number is, text in ready, whatever the keyword is that's there. Now, I'm not knocking it, Rob. I still love it. You got 10, that's all good. But if you want to get a little bit more, try to shorten it up a little bit, because right now you're giving a lot of people things to say no to. Although they should be saying yes the whole entire time, there's some things that they're going to say no to.
Well, so, if you don't mind me popping in here real quick.
Yep.
I was just so excited. I wanted to get something out there, and I am the complete opposite of Mark. I cannot put words down on a piece of paper. So I figured I would put this down there and get something going, and then make adjustments as as it comes across my mind, or in your case, as you give suggestions and ideas.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
This is my first thing. I just put it in to get one ad going, and so I did it. But I'm open to constructive criticism, and obviously anything that'll get me more leads popping in.
Yeah, man. No, for sure.
If I could chime in, Dustin, just quickly with this.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got 10 opt-ins. This discussion we've had a lot too. So you get more opt-ins, obviously, but what are the opt-ins? What's the quality of the opt-ins coming in? So I think there's a fine line between how short is your ad, how long is your ad, obviously how well written your ad is. But even though maybe sometimes you might have less opt-ins, my theory, at least, not saying I'm right, my theory is maybe a more quality lead that's coming in.
You got a point.
Second part of that too. So Rob, you posted that, you said in services. How much was that to post in there again? I can't remember. Like, it was like 20?
Well, this is only, admittedly, I did 4 cities, and they were $5 a piece. So I have a total of $20 in the 4 ads.
Oh, this is a $5 ad?
Yeah, it's a $5
Oh,
ad.
that's money. 10 opt-ins is perfect for a $5 ad. I was thinking it was more like the sales, like you pay $35. That's when I was getting the 70 to 75 opt-ins.
Well, it is 4 ads, so it is a total of $20 for the 10 leads so far.
Copy.
I saw something in the chat yesterday talking about they posted, I can't remember where, it was like $45. So it's like 35 to 45, but then that gigs and that services are both only $5. So back to all of our points, you can try something out in there, right? And post something short, something long. You know, it's only costing you $5, and you don't get as many opt-ins with that compared to a sales. But still, it's $5 compared to 45.
Yep. Or if you do like in a city like San Francisco, $75.
It's gone up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. But no, you're right, Mark. You're right on point. You do the quality, you're probably a little bit better. But as I'm even with my emails, you know how I do everything. I like to get that curiosity going, opt them in, and then let the system do the work. So
it definitely works.
Yep. So cool. So yeah, Lori, go ahead. I see you raise your hand.
Yeah, I just did a Craig's ad last night, probably around midnight.
Okay.
I'm still learning. I am new.
Okay.
So I don't know how many of my referrals are from Craigslist or Facebook, because that's the only two things I'm using right now.
Yep.
But it went up from 42 to 50 this morning. So I'm hoping that in that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Price depends on city. I know I was going to post in my own city. It was $20. So I just picked a random city in my state and it was 10.
Yep.
So,
where do you live?
I live in the Poconos, Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool. Yeah. What I've noticed too with the pricing is you kind of get what you pay for. Like the big one, a hotbed that I got a ton was Orlando. And Orlando was like $45. And I don't know why. Orlando, anytime I posted, I would just get a ton of opt-ins. And then if you could go and look up too, like look at the top 10 most populated cities. I don't know, Houston was one. I think Minneapolis was another one, Los Angeles, you know, those kind of cities there. They're a little bit more expensive, but you get a lot more, you know, a lot more love for it. Like if I did a $20 ad, it would get about half of the opt-ins as I would if I did it for Houston or, you know, or something like that, or even the New York area. So just keep testing it. What I would do if I were you is get a different keyword for Craigslist so you know which opt-ins are coming in. So like there's money, income, you know, yeah, whatever those kind of things are. Maybe not money is probably not a good keyword because then people are like, oh, money, but like
Work.
Work, something like that, but something that kind of, so you know they're opted in from Craigslist is how you'll be able to tell the difference for sure.
And didn't you have a script? I'm pretty sure I copied a script in the training there for Craigslist.
I do. And one of them, I think Mark wrote.
Post.
Yeah, I think Mark wrote one of them actually.
That's what I used and just kind of changed it to my stuff.
Yep. So this is mine. This is the one that I would usually do. Something quick, right to the point.
Yeah.
I would also always use one of these logos that are here. That's another thing, Rob, too, is you should put a logo in there for sure. Because this really sells for you, man. It really, like, people who need extra income, retirees, stay-at-home moms, like people like, okay, I could do that. Like that really pushes it as well. But yeah, so that one's that. And then I think Mark wrote the other one, and that one's the one where it gets deep into it. But like you said, you know, you might get that better quality opt-in that way as well. So congratulations for running some Craigslist ads. You'll see your business explode. It's an easy way to get opt-ins, hands down. All right, so let's go on to the next one. So training's in here, logos that we said. All right. Does anybody have any other questions about this, the affiliate back office? Now, I did take out Stripe. I might take out all the rest of these two and just leave everything as manual, just because it's just a pain with everything else. Bitcoin's there, but you can always put Bitcoin here anyways. It's a manual thing. I did make a video that's in the training that shows how to get your everything clickable. So there's some code right here that you would make that make it clickable. And if there's any questions on that, I see Tradus raise his hand. So what you got? You got something on the clickable links?
Well, kind of, sort of. I was working with one of my young ladies this morning, and she was trying to use the mobile version, and she was not able to have the drop-down menus work in the mobile format. I believe my account worked and the lead section worked, but the other ones weren't dropping down.
So That is definitely on my developers list. I think number 2 on the list right now. That
Okay.
yeah, there's some reason that yeah, I don't know why. It's the mobile, even on mine. When I'm on my mobile
Yeah.
too, it doesn't work. But if I squeeze it in right here, and the way this little trick people may not know, if you squeeze this in, this becomes a mobile version. This will look exactly like it's gonna look on your phone. Right here. So on here, everything does work.
Right.
If I click on traffic, all this stuff works, but for some reason on the actual mobile part of it, it does not work. And she is looking into that for sure.
Okay. I told you probably knew about it, but I'd make you aware. But it did look good. I tell you, that's a good idea of how it looks, and it looked really, really nice. But
Yeah.
it just wasn't all of them weren't working yet.
And another thing too, if you tell right here, if it's open, it's Text ALN, and if it's closed, it's to my Ringless ALN program. So that's another thing too. So those 2 things she's working on, and it will be fixed shortly.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
No worries. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go ahead, Greg. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, right there where it says activate MMS down there. What does that mean? Right there on your dashboard.
My dashboard.
Right above join our Facebook group. What is this activate MMS?
We'll get into that right now. Ooh, I'm bringing over my other dealio here. Hold on one sec. All right. So this is what activate MMS is. So in your back office, this is your Text ALN. We're going to kind of change the names a little bit so people understand. So Text ALN will be your affiliate back office, and then your TFN will be your actual toll-free number back office. So this is your TFN, all right? And so in here, on your messages, if you were to go send out a message to all these guys right here, right now, this is an SMS, okay? So it's 1 credit per every message you send out, and you could only do 160 characters. Now here, if you have SMS activated in the back office, then you could go ahead and click this, and you could send a message with up to 1,600 characters, and you could actually add some photos as well. I'm just gonna kind of just throw one in here so we see what it looks like. And then you could write up to 1,600 characters in here, and you could add all kinds of different things as well. It can make this look like an email, all that good stuff. Here, let me see what this is. All right. I'm just going to add this in for now so we can see what it looks like. So you could add it. So right now I'm at 400 characters, right? So you could go, I have another 1,100 that I could use if I wanted to. So that's what MMS is. But MMS also, which is a multimedia message, is going to charge you 3 credits every time you send it out. So basically, instead of having 1 credit go out for SMS, it's going to be 3 credits for MMS. And also some carriers are really strict on MMSs. So so when you click on this in the back office here, you'll have to agree to some terms. And those are terms really basically say that sometimes it could take longer, right? Like it could take 20 to 30, or it only sends 20 to 30 messages per second. So don't think they're all going to work at the same time. And then some of them will get blocked as well. Some carriers do not like it. And there's no refunds. So that's all this is. It's to activate it. Right here is what is 3 times 7. That's 21. You put that in here. You submit it. That's just to make sure that it's not that you're not a bot. And that's it. That's what SMS is, or MMS is.
Okay. So is your experience that gets better response than SMS?
No, not really. I mean, if you got a cool picture or something you could show, then yeah, it'll get there. There's been plenty of times where I've used MMS in certain situations, but for all of my drips that I do, it's all SMS that I've done. Yeah. Except for, actually, I'm lying. There is one that I'm doing right now that I've been testing. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go to my other hold on here, my other account. And what I did was I started using, hold on. I started using MMS on this one, and let me see. I haven't really checked on this. And this is what you'll find. I'll get something going and just let the system do the work. And so I haven't really checked to see how many people opted in or anything like this. So let me bring this over. So here's my my other account. And what I did is I did a keyword that's silver. And this is for Quicksilver, which is you get silver and gold and all that stuff. And what I did here is I did a really quick one, how to get a quick free silver bar My second autoresponder said, pretty cool, right? But then in my messages, I did SMS, or MMS. Where's it at? So right here, and I only did, and I messed up on that one. Here, let me show you guys how I messed up. So I did my drips, and I have one for the day after, and then I have another one for the day after. So right now I've messed up, and I know there's some people that I need to check up on this today. There's some people that I've messed up their timing here too, because I got a text message this morning at 2:30 in the morning from somebody that I opted into, because some people all opt in to see if it's working for them or not, and some people ask me to do it as well, so I'll opt in to see how the system's working. And somebody did at 2:31, and this one right here I messed up too. It's at 12 a.m. so that means that at midnight somebody got a text message from me. So what I would do is I would go in, this one's good, I save it. This one right here, 2 days later at PM. Hopefully those people opted in yesterday or something, and they don't get these messages at midnight. This one's here, and that is at PM. All right. So this one here, as you can tell, I did this at MMS. No photos, but with this company, they have a pretty cool little email follow-up system that I basically use, and I copy that in here, and it's the same exact thing. So this is an MMS type deal. Tells them a cool little story, tells them who I am, what my wealth ambassador, all that stuff. But I don't really know. I've had a couple signups with this, like people have actually signed up. I haven't gone in there yet because I tracked it to see like if they signed up with the first message, a second message, with the autoresponders, any of that stuff. So I do use this, but only in certain occasions like this. Like if I could go and copy something down and put it in here, it's good. But that's when I use the MMS.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep, no worries. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this back office here now. So this is what drives everything. This is where you can find your opt-in, your total opt-ins, how many people have opted out, how many people opted in the last 24 hours, your text messages that are scheduled to go out. So like right now, if I was to click on this, these guys are scheduled to go out. These are all drips, it looks like. This one's scheduled to go out at 7 o'clock tonight, Mountain Standard Time, 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock tonight, noon today, and it's all from people who have opted in with different things that I have here, okay? And the same thing will go with you. You'll see how many people, you know, like with you, Lori, if you have 50 people opted in, you'll be able to see right now how many people are actually, or how many are scheduled to go out today. And then people over here as well, this is where you'll see some messages that come in. So you can talk back and forth with these people. Now, you're gonna get people who really, maybe they're having a bad day or whatever the case is, like this one right here. Like I sent them something last night about a program, and they're like, I'm in this, stop texting me, thanks, been over a month. And it's like, okay, great, but you guys could always reply stop and never hear from me again, right? And that people, this is one. I had another one from the other one that I was just showing you guys right now. The guy cursed me out, like cursed me out. It was like 2 paragraphs, cursed me out, told me how he has stage 4 cancer, or maybe it's a she, and she's dying, and to leave her alone and never text him and yada, yada, yada. And I replied back and I said, I'm super sorry about the cancer. Like, I'm gonna pray for you. You did opt into this, you know, you texted in the keywords, so just reply stop, you never hear from me again. So I was nice to them, but you're gonna get people, even though they text in, they might be mad at something for some reason. So just kind of be nice to them back. We don't want to get them more pissed off and then go try to turn in ourselves, you know, the toll-free numbers, because there's gonna be people like that as well. They'll text in to see what it's like. They'll be jealous of what we have, and they'll go try to go and run and say that we're spamming them, which we're not. And the system knows and can see exactly when they've opted in. So I've only had it happen to me twice in the whole entire program. Some person said that they were getting spammed and they never opted in. And then they went back, we pulled the details, and they completely opted in. We showed from the cell phone they did it from, and then they shut up and we never heard from them again. But this is where you'll talk. Most of the people will be nice. You know, they'll say like this person right here, they're giving a little smiley face back. You know, this person right here saying record. They couldn't be at what I was doing last night, so they want a recording. So I sent them a recording. This stuff works really well as well. Okay. Go ahead, Greg.
No, that's okay. I guess I just got my hand up somehow.
I was gonna say, is that an old one? Okay. So that's a cool way to get back and forth. Now, another thing too, you could always, if you have the cell phone number, you could always call them. if you have them on the line and they're interested, like literally call them up. When you call them up, and Mark will be the one that'll he'll vouch for this. Call them up, get a conversation with them, let them know who you are, explain to them the system, why you're excited, let them know they could call you whenever they want to. Some people just want that communication, even though they may not want it, because that's why they're texting in. But once they get you on the phone and they get that relationship with you, it's game over. So don't be afraid to call these people up. Okay. And here into my contacts, you can see what people have opted in for different keywords. Like demo, and this one is funny, guys. This demo one I've had on Craigslist, on Facebook or YouTube forever, and people are still texting in. I mean, look at it. It's been on since last October, and people are texting in to the 30th, then 29th. They were texting in, so it's kind of cool. So that means that the system continues to work. Groups, I don't really do groups. I mean, I see some that are in here, but when we had groups before, we used to use a shared short code, and the short code was 90407. So at that time, you could only, like, say if I had a keyword that was members or leads, and then Mark couldn't have that, or Lori couldn't have that. So what I would do is I would create these groups. So I'd be like leads or something like that. And it didn't really work. I wouldn't even do it really. I mean, you could do like I was doing giveaways. So those are kind of cool for groups. And we'll kind of break into the groups things at another time. But the groups itself is no real need. You have your own toll-free numbers. You have your own keyword. Like, that's how you should really get your groups, is just add another keyword if you're going to do something, a different program, right? Okay. Then your keywords, it's a simple one. If you want to add a keyword, go see if it's available. If it's not available, it'll say it's not available, and that's because you already have it. See, it's taken, and that means that you're already using it, right? But if you want to do another one, like I don't have Mark, obviously, so I could just confirm and add it, and then I would add an autoresponder to it. If I wanted to, I could do drips with it. Depends on what I want to do. As you can tell, I got a lot of different things that I've done that I do as well, and some of them do better than the others. What else do we have here? Reports. You can always go in and see who opted out as well. Sorry, hold on, my screen blacked out on me over here. How many opt-ins you have, what day they opted in, all right, these kind of things. You could check down here what keyword they opted in on, how many people have opted out, right? So I had one person that texted in silver. They're the one that opted out, so they must not have liked something that came in. They probably got my midnight text message is probably what happened. And they were like, oh man, forget this guy. And they opted out. I'm sure it's what happened there. But you can see all those different cool little things, right? And right here too, it's opt out on July 4th, but I don't know, it doesn't really tell the time. Last 7 days, you could do yesterday. You could do the last 30 days. You could do, custom data today, all that stuff. Okay. Now there's going to be some manual ads with me because I could do that. And I add people that join Text ALN, I add them to the back office so they could, they could get text messages from me about when we're going live and all that good stuff. Usage right here. This is, how many credits that you have, how many you sent out, how many you've used with the auto response, how many you've used with disclaimers, how many you've used with the drips, how many you've used with just sending out text message blasts, all that stuff. Okay. Contact insights. This is another good one too. This one will have different things like right here, like contacts without a name, right? Contacts with a name, without an email, with an email, right? This one right here, import, upload. This must have been when I imported a couple of years ago. How many I've manually added, how many have mobile opt-ins with you guys? Without a birthday, with the birthday. There's a couple, I guess, I have with the birthday. I'm not sure how. I don't even know what I've done with the birthday. And then it's cool too. Like this will tell you how many from the surrounding area. You could tell I used to run a lot of Craigslist ads in Las Vegas because I got 242 of them. Also, Kissimmee, Florida has a bunch of them. Houston, Long Beach, as I told you, I did a lot of Houston, so I had a lot of people opt in from there as well. So that's a cool little feature. Clicks. This is another good one. How many people have actually clicked on your link, right? So you sent out follow-up emails, you sent out autoresponders, but how many people have clicked on them? Well, if you go over here into reports and clicks, this will tell you how many people have clicked and how many people, or what link they clicked on, right? This one right here has my most. This is a Zoom that I must have done, and I'm not sure when, but it looks like a total of 238 clicks on it. So that's pretty good. All right. Now, a cool one, this is with me, tools. You got a pop-up form builder. So this one is cool as well. It's more for like people who are coding and have their own websites that they may have, their own domains, but you could code something to your own keyword. No group, show visitor number of view, enter in the form, demo. If I was to save and get code, this code right here, I could add to my website, or you could give your developer to add to your website. And then this form right here would be on the website. And it's another way to get people to opt in as well. It's a cool way to get people to opt in as well, actually. I know a lot of people are hitting me up for banners and all that stuff when we're getting those made. But that means that they probably have a website. So if that's the case, come in here, name it whatever you want to. You could click colors right here, so you can edit it, so you can change the colors. You can see right here how it's changing the color of the form. You can change the color of the font right here. You change all of that. Okay, you could also add a field if you wanted to add a birthday, if you wanted to add an email, if you wanted to add a name. You could do your own little opt-in form with text messaging. That means when they go and they click it and they opt in, they're going to get put into your email or your contacts, and they're going to get follow-up text messages. They're going to get the autoresponder text messages as well. It's a pretty cool little thing to do. Hit save code, yada, yada, yada. Now, if you're not a code person, you can do a web widget. So web widget's the same thing, right? Now, let's say I wanted to do another one for silver. This one right here, it also gives you a link on the bottom. So you would be able to click this link or copy it, right? Go into here and paste it, or somebody else would, and this will give you another one. Now, mine is ALN Marketing Mobile Text List. Yours would say whatever name that you have for your company. And then people could put their name, they could put their cell phone number, they hit submit, and then they'll get opted in as well without texting their cell phone, which is really, really cool, okay? Now, another cool one, where did I go? And same thing too here, by the way. You could change color all you want to on anything that you want. I just change the color of the font, the border. If I wanted to change a border to a blue, I could change that. I could make it thick, so it's going to make it a little bit thicker. You could add a birthday field. You could add a required email. You could add an email and require the email. You can do whatever you want to, and it'll all go to this guy right here when you send it. Or there's some more code right here that you could add it to your website as well. Speaking of codes, QR code's my favorite, right? You see on all the flyers that I do QR codes. Well, there's companies that charge you a lot to do QR codes. We got that for free in your back office. So let's just say you're going to do a QR code for, I'm not going to do silver. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a demo, because I did that yesterday as a demo. And you could go and generate that. So that means that now this link right here, if you're to take your phone out, and you could, if you want to, you could try it out. And you take your camera and scan that. This will then pop up. I don't know if you can see or not, but it popped up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the text message. So all I got to do is hit this send button right here, and that's it. So a person doesn't have to do anything. Remember, people like to be lazy. So if somebody just comes on and they scan this thing, and all they got to do is hit one button to send, they've opted in like that. So it's a really cool way. You can make business cards with these things. You could add a link as well. So right now it's opting in. You could add a link in here to, let's just say it's training right now. And I was to generate it. Now, if you were to preview this, whoa, I don't like how small that was. Hold on. Now, if you're to preview this and take a photo of this now, this will take you to the training, Text ALN training. So you could get multiple of these guys. Now, it took me right to my Text ALN training. Now, you could do the same thing with your capture page. You could put your capture page in here. You could put your landing page in here. You could put whatever you want. So you could use this for any business. Doesn't have to be for Text ALN. So you got your own little QR codes in the back, which is really cool. And then you could, create another one right here to where it's, I think this one, what do I do here? this might be for the business card. Let me see. So I'm gonna go here. Yeah, so this is a business card. Oh. So if you're to do this right now, what'll happen is if you're to click it, it'll show you the information that I just did. It'll open up into, it'll give you my email, it'll give you all that stuff. So you could have these two instead of giving cards. You could take a photo of this on your phone when somebody says, "Hey, what's your information?" Just have them scan this, and it goes right into their phone. So pretty cool little deals there. Text to win. Now, if you don't know the backstory on Text ALN, I made this because I was going to go around to golf courses and I was going to go and do text to win giveaways, right? I was going to be a millionaire by doing all this. And it worked for a little bit, but it didn't work as much as what's going on right now. So what I was going to do with the golf courses is people text in to win free foursome of golf. And these golf courses would then have hundreds of thousands of people have opted in and they could market to them nonstop. It still works. There is some of them that still do it, but you can do it with anything. Like you could go to if you want to sell this to restaurant owners or whatever the case may be, you could do the same thing. So let's say if we're going to do a text to win with silver, one person's going to win. You can do whatever you want to in here. Winner will be announced 7/10, we'll say, right? So what happens is when people text in, they'll get this thing back. You can put whatever you want into it. But what'll happen is once, so you can see right here, it's gonna pick a winner. So that means that, so what is this? So do not, the program public stores no longer support. So it's been a minute since I've done this one, actually. I gotta mess with this and wrap my head around this one a little bit more. But what I think is that they get this when they opt into this keyword. So you make your own keyword for text to win. They'll get this, but then it'll send them the winner, whatever date you put in here. I think is how it goes. Schedule up page, new message. I got to come back to that one. It's been a minute since I've done text to win. So I got to come back to the text to win part. What's going on, Lori?
You mentioned even just selling this product to businesses. Let's say a restaurant wants to run a promotion or give a coupon. They collect cell phone numbers to contact their customers. Some stores do that already.
Yep.
Would you recommend they sign up separately, or is there a way to offer a service that, like, I would buy another 800 number for them and do their texting? Like they tell me, "Hey, I want to run a sale," and then I'll do your promos for you.
You just hit it the nail on the head, Lori. Like what I would do is I would go offer it and do it for them, because then you could charge a service. You could charge them $100 a month. You could charge them $250 a month. You're going to manage the whole entire thing, whatever that is. And once it starts blowing up and they got 10,000, 20,000 people that have opted in, you know, obviously you got to tell them it's a certain amount of opt-ins and then the price goes up type deal. But that's the way that I would do it. And if somebody else, like I did have yesterday, I had 3 people that were on that they own their own real estate company. One had a restaurant as well. And if you're to use this right now and pay $25 a month, it's a little expensive because it's 5 pennies per outgoing text message. And you go find a service kind of similar to this for a lot cheaper, right? But if they were to jump in, and they probably don't really care, but if they were to jump in the matrix aspect of it, then they could actually get this service for free. You know, as we know that he gets some spillover. So if you were going to go do it and offer it as a service, you just go buy another matrix spot, you know, and then that spot hopefully at some point gets 3 underneath it, whether it's some spillover from you doing whatever you're doing. Then now you got free text message and you're marketing to that for that restaurant as well. So that's exactly what you should do.
Got it. And
Yeah.
I've heard of real estate people doing that in like, they have a sign in the front yard of a house for sale.
Yep.
Text in this number and it gives them, and I probably an MMS, the breakdown of the house.
100%.
How
So-
many bedroom photos?
So that's what I was marketing that about 2 years ago hard to real estate agents, and not many of them got the point of it. But like literally the yard signs you're talking about, like instead of people going and picking a piece of paper out and then you have no way to reach out to those people, imagine if you had a QR code they could scan, right? And then as soon as they did that, it went boom, here you go, this is the information on the house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot, whatever it is, right? maybe you have 100 people that opt in to take a look at it, right? Well, only one person buys that house. So the other 99 people, you know, they're looking for a house. So you send them a text message saying, hey, sorry, that house didn't, somebody else got that house, but I have this house that's very similar to the one you were looking at. I mean, it's a killer way to market. Just for some reason, it's a hard sell for these people, for the real estate agents. I don't know if they're just too hard-headed to do something easy or what the deal is. But I mean, I got friends that are real estate agents and they're like, oh, it's just too hard. I'm like, what do you mean it's too hard? It's a QR code. Like, and they don't get it. So you could try it out. Maybe you're a better salesman than I am. I mean, you might be, but with my people, they were like, oh, just it's too hard. And I got to print out the QR code. I'm like, man, you just technology. And maybe this was before COVID, because before COVID, the QR codes weren't really a thing, right? Now that COVID's here, everybody has a QR code. I'm actually gonna get my QR code tattooed. I'm just kidding. I'm not really gonna do that. But yeah, so now maybe going after real estate agents might be better. And I do plan on having some landing pages for that for people, so you can share with them, like, hey, let me show you how cool this is, and like we'll do demos in those landing pages of a yard sign, and then how somebody could walk up and just take a picture of it, or somebody could text in a keyword for it. We're going to do some of that for small businesses, for real estate agents, all that good stuff. So great ideas. All right. So what do we got here? We're almost here to the end of it. We got 10 more minutes for the hour, but we'll get going here in a minute. But you could create flyers in the back office here too. You could create flyers before I just logged out. Let me log back in. I don't know why that logged me out so quick. So you could create flyers back here. With your heading on it, live demo. You can select a keyword that you want. Let's just say I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have your name. Let's just say I'm going to do Team ALN. You can change the colors. You do all that stuff. Then you get preview. It'll show you a preview of what it is, right? You could also, you can make a PDF of it. You can large images. Let me see. I think you can put a large image in there. Nope, that's what that is. So you can have these kind of cool things. Now, we made it for some people, but if you know Canva is probably a little bit better to do, because you can make it look a little bit more sexy. You can put your QR code in there as well. But if you want to do something quick, and obviously it wouldn't say demo. It'll say texting matrix, learn how you can make money by sending out text messages, and then say text, then have your keyword and then it'll have your toll-free number in here already. It'll have your name in the bottom. Irvin saying it's creating drop cards and postcards for offline marketing. It's 100% great. I used to be in direct mail for about 4 years ago. I was in a program and I was blowing people's minds away, because I had a short code and I was having people text in a keyword. So I was having people like the mail office people that were texting in looking, because they're like, man, I can make an extra income. So it's a really cool way to do that as well for offline marketing postcards for sure. So there's that. Let's see. The last one would be create a flyer new. Oh, so here you could create your own. It's still a little bit more difficult. You could put an image in here. You could do all that stuff, but I'm really good with Canva, so I do all my stuff with Canva, because I could add really cool images back there. But you can here too. I just think Canva is quicker, but we have it here in case you want it. So that is really it. I guess we'll messaging. If you want to schedule a message, we'll do that one really quick, and then we'll open up for any questions. You could schedule a message. So if I wanted to do a schedule, I could go once. No, it's not. I'm just gonna do demo really quick. I'm gonna do it for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So say if I was gonna, and I am leaving today, I fly here in about 4 hours. And so say I wanted to send something when I was in the air. So I wanted to send a text message out at 4 o'clock PM Pacific Standard Time, or AM, no, PM. Then what I would do is I would schedule this. I would schedule that thing right here, and then I would go schedule. And so now, what's in red? Oh, all contacts. There we go. I'm going to schedule it. And then now at 4 o'clock today, the one person who opted in, which was me, it's my phone number, will get a text message. You can do the same thing all the time with schedulers. I will do drip messages really quick, and then I will open up for any more questions. Drip messages, to add a drip, simply go right here to add a drip. Pick whatever keyword you want to add a drip on, right? I'm going to say this one right here. Demo drip 2, right? I'm going to do this 2 days after they opted in. PM, you can change it to whatever time you want to. I like to do 12 o'clock PMs, and I like to do like 6 o'clock PMs because it's either lunchtime or it's when people are off of work, all right? And then I would hit save. So this would now be a drip, but look it, I got 1, 2, and 2. I need to change this one to 3. And now it's a drip, okay? That's as easy as it is to set up drip message. It's easy, 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 but we'll go in it in detail if you guys need me to. Another one too is when people opt in to you, hold on, where'd it go? Messages. So a lot of people want to learn how when somebody sends them a message right here, you want to be alerted, right? Well, there's 2 different ways you can do it. You go into my inbox settings, go to your keyword, pick whatever keyword that you want. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could do right here. This will send you a message when somebody opts in and when they send you a message on the inbox. Now, I have a pool company that I own as well, and I use this service for them on my YouTube. So when people text in the word pool, that means they're looking for a pool, and I can make about $6,000, $7,000 for a sale like that. So I want this every single time somebody even opts in, I want to go to my cell phone number, right? So I check that box. If we're doing work from home stuff, you probably don't care when people are opting in. You know, the system, do its job, okay? When somebody opts out, you could check that when somebody opts out, that it gets forwarded to your cell phone or to your email. Now, if you do it to your email, it's free. No credits come out, okay? You'll just get an email that says so-and-so opted out, or an email that says so-and-so sent a message, right? Or you can forward it to your cell phone, but that is a credit will come out of your back office every time that happens. So those are cool little ways that you can get alerted right away. If it's something that you want to know like instantly, if somebody's opted in or sent you a message, then send it to your cell phone because it'll be worth it. That 1 credit could be a sale. So that's really all we got on this for the day. Is there any other questions before we get out of here? All right, I don't see any other questions going on. So we had 16 total people jump in. We had 14 here still. Thank you guys for hanging with us. No worry, Lori. As I mentioned, every Wednesday we'll do the same thing. If you have anything that pops into your brain, write it down. We'll go over it on Wednesdays in detail. Like say if I breeze over something really quick, because I wanted to keep it within an hour, next Wednesday I will dissect it completely and figure out exactly what it is that we need to figure out. So
Ford Hospital is taking a new approach to treating.
Hello, Justin.
Oh, sorry. You there?
Yes. How you doing?
Good. I thought you unmuted yourself on accident. I muted you. What's going on?
Yeah, this is Kevin, man. And
Kevin.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
In the back office, is there any ad copy or things that we can share with safe lists? And I know there's Craigslist back there and different things. Are you going to be having ad copy or subject lines and things like that we could promote outside of doing the text messaging?
Yeah.
By chance?
Yeah. So what I would do for now is I would go into your back office here, your Text ALN back office, and I would click on let me make sure I'm signed in. Yep. I would click on traffic and go to autoresponders. And right now we just have 7. We have 5 of them, but we're going to add 7 more today. What I would do is use those for now. Like if you want to send that to somebody, you could go ahead and copy this if you wanted to, change up the wording a little bit. The same thing with this one. So you didn't like it, you can do this. I mean, these are all from people who opted in, but this is what we have for now. We will add some other stuff in there, like just to send a cold traffic. They're not in there yet.
Oh, okay, that's great. Well, thank you so much, man.
No worries, no worries. Cool, cool. Any other questions before we get out of here? Nothing. Mark, you want to end it with anything? Did Mark already lose him? Oh, he's still there.
I'm here. What was that?
I said, you want to end with anything? We good?
No, I think we're good. He did a great job as always.
Cool.
Covered a lot of stuff. And I think even that last question with, I saw some stuff in the Telegram chat yesterday too, that a lot of good stuff in training. So if you have any questions, definitely check that out if you have time. I love going into training or even these calls when I miss them, you go back and rewatch them and then you can stop and, check it out. And if you get confused on something, you can always pause it, click around yourself, and then restart the video.
Cool. All right, my man. Well, thanks for joining. Lori, thanks for the questions. Rob, thanks for hanging in with us. Cynthia, Kevin, Lori, Mark, Pat, Philip, Stephen, Trey, Val. We'll see you guys next one. We'll talk to you guys soon.